Loud. Turn this one up, my boy.
3 o'clock.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is radio.
It's 3 o'clock, it's 3 o'clock. From 3 to 5, they going live. On Misfits Radio. Turn it up, that's my favorite show. It's 3 o'clock, it's 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock. From 3 to 5, they going live. On Misfits Radio. Turn it up, that's my favorite show.
From 3 to 5, they going live on Misfits Radio. Every Sunday, yeah, they certified. My favorite show. New guests this week, ain't no surprise what you been praying for. If you're trying to take their top spot, you better pray some more. Slick got the camera rolling, lab on the ones and twos. It's a lot, they going in the dirt and someone come for you. This my favorite podcast, you listen, it's your favorite too. Playing all the hits where they in trouble if they play with you. Artists sing your music in, come and get an interview. Tune in every Sunday, cause you know that's what I'm about to do. 3 to 5, they going live, black owned and black operated. Indie hits the mainstream, if it's hot, they gonna play it. I ain't even gotta say it, watch it back on Roku. Going live on IG or catch the show on YouTube. Tune in every Sunday and catch up on the latest news. Or close your ears and close your eyes, cause that's what all the haters do.
It's 3 o'clock, it's 3 o'clock. From 3 to 5, they going live. On Misfits Radio. Turn it up, that's my favorite show. It's 3 o'clock, it's 3 o'clock. From 3 to 5, they going live. On Misfits Radio. Turn it up, that's my favorite show. 3 to 5, they going live every Sunday. Right here on Misfits Radio, man. Tune in. Catch up on all the current events, all the bullshit going on in the world. And you gonna get some hot ass music. Let's go.
Recording in progress. Hello, Baux.
What's up with it? Mix a lot.
Man, I can't call it. Moving around.
Yes,
Trying to
ma'am.
get my baby back from college.
Hey, listen, I understand that. You know, I got one in college too, so I know all
yeah,
about it.
so-
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so you totally understand. But yeah, I didn't want to miss the opportunity for speaking with you. That everything
Mhm.
dropped today, the warm up.
Yeah.
You excited?
Excited about it. Yeah, I am. First I want to just, appreciate you having me. Again, you always family, and it's always just love whenever I get invited by the Misfits, right? Because again, this platform is and so gotta start by showing love there. But yeah, album is out, the warm up finally done. Been working on it for probably a year and a half now. You guys remember probably since the last time I was there. And so yeah,
remember.
it's out. It's out. Cinco de Mayo. I dropped it today because it's a fun record. It's it's bringing back that old R&B, that old soul, that old party feel. And so I wanted to drop it on a holiday. And so this is the closest holiday we had coming up. So that's why we dropped it on Cinco de Mayo. So
Okay, sounds good to me. I know that May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and you've been on it. You've been on it. I see you did your color. You released your coloring books a little bit earlier, and all of that good stuff.
yeah, so that was probably a big milestone for me, just in the way of talking about it, right? We talked about it
Right.
before. Us as Blacks
did.
don't deal with our mental health in any shape, form, or fashion. And so, for me being diagnosed a couple years ago, understanding which disorder I have, right? Kind of just puts me in a space where I feel like I have a due diligence to kind of speak on mental health in all regards. And so whether that be mine, whether that be depression, anxiety, or anything, I just kind of feel like we need to bring awareness to it. And so that's kind of like my contribution to society. A first step of contribution to society of how to cause an impact, right? We talk all day, every day about Black folks this and Black folks that, and this person crazy and that person's crazy. But there's never any tools that are presented to us. And so this is just my way of not being a part of those that naysay and complain, and just try to offer some tools. So yeah. Shout out to all of those that have
So
mental health
I'm super excited. I saw a lot of people posting about the coloring book. So how can we actually get a copy of the coloring book if we wanted to?
So yes, thank you for saying that. Amazon.com. You can go download Welcome to Borderline Personality Disorder. Link is in my bio. I'll go ahead and make sure you guys have the info as well. You guys should be getting either later on today or probably Monday, Tuesday. You guys should be having copies of the male's version, and then the female version hasn't came out yet. But you guys have copies of that as well. So
We appreciate that.
yeah, most definitely. Our family. Yeah, our family. And so I had to make sure you guys are set. But barnesandnobles.com, amazon.com, target.com. You can go and purchase or download the Welcome to Borderline Personality Disorder men's edition. Females edition is coming shortly. Taking a little bit more illustration on that one, but we do have the author's copies available for friends and family. And so that's why you guys will get those copies. So
Oh, cool.
yes,
Okay.
we got to make sure the misfits stay right,
Yeah, we definitely appreciate it, and we look forward to it. Like I said, we did touch base on the last came in, so we were just super excited to see that you actually executed. Everything is on schedule. Like we're super excited for you. I know. So we're going to implement certain things in this particular video once it's uploaded. Of course, and what's the one managed, but the one that I love managed, but the one that I lean close to is that first one. When you're talking about some of the things that men go through.
Healing backwoods. Yeah. So yeah, the record in general, the warm up, the whole album pretty much is kind of like an ode to a man expressing himself in a way that we've been taught is incorrect, right? So if you listen to the status and the status of however you want to say it, R&B and soul when it pertains to our female counterparts, right? The ladies don't have any problem making records about how they feel, their emotions, life, ups, downs, lefts, right. It seems like when it comes to men, R&B and soul, we're kind of pigeonholed to a certain standard, right? Sex, we either got to think about sex or think about how intriguing the woman is, heartbreaking. Never are we taught to, how you feel, man? Like, what about your emotions? Does the woman in your relationship, irritate you or piss you off sometimes? Does life get to you, right? And so it was just my way of saying, you know what, let me give them transparent box, give them the day-to-day of what I go through, how I feel, and just a real man's perspective. Not saying that what's out right now is not, but just a more transparent perspective. And so that's why you get records like Tequila and Backwoods. You get records like Muse. You get records like Human People, speaking to the inner person of the person, right? Which is really us. These are just avatars. These ain't real. And so we got to get back to speaking to what's inside. Another way to do that is to catch that vibe. And so, we got to catch that vibe immediately.
Absolutely. I absolutely agree. It's super relatable. And I think that the last time we spoke, that's kind of like what we were saying, like it's super relatable, but like sometimes men are left out when it comes to their feelings or emotions and all of those things. But I'm glad to see that you are bringing it to light. Like this is normal.
Yeah, it is.
You matter. Like your feelings are valid. Like I'm really big on that. So I definitely tapped in. It was 11. I saw that it was 11 songs.
11 songs. So 11 records, mostly R&B, soul, and country. But then I added an extra record on their bonus track, which is Options.
Yeah,
that's kind of a fun record, and so pop record. Just again, I'm having fun with the music right now.
As you should, because you're multifaceted. Like that's something definitely be proud of, because you are like I said, we'll hear more music from you, but just to know that you tapping into all these different genres on
And I think
one
that's the
situation.
on one project, right? I think
Yeah.
that's always, even for me, it's always baffled me, right? We talked about it before. Most people have the gift they have, right? You got your Kobe
Right.
Bryant, Jordans, like those that are gifted at basketball, they gifted. Those is, NFL, acting, whatever it is. God just has, blessed me with the ability of words, whether it's singing them, whether it's this genre, whether it's that genre. He just blessed me with the ability to, I call it manipulate words good. I don't call myself a singer, I don't call myself a rapper, anything like that. I just do those things quite well. And so
You're
yeah,
definitely an entertainer. You gonna come
I
from
appreciate that. I
from
appreciate that.
different angles. So yeah, now they can't put you in the box.
Oh, they try, but that's the goal is always to escape the box. I call myself the Black Houdini sometimes.
That's
So
right. You want
it's
to tell
not.
them? So you want to tell them where your name even came from?
Yeah, so the name box came from, well, it started as BOX. I used to box. I was a little kid in the neighborhood that got bullied all the time. And so I didn't know how to fight when I was young. My mama got tired of me running in the house. And so eventually she put me in boxing. And ultimately I boxed from the age of 9 to the age of 19. And so that's where I got my name Box from. Transitioned over to the music, I turned it to BAUX, ox chord, and then just add the B in front of it, just a play off of the way you spell it. Most people, they see it and they think it's Beau because that is how you would say Beau in French. But it's just a wordplay thing for me. So, uh-oh, looks like we dropped.
Hold on for one moment. We're in a. Hold on for one moment. We're trying to get through this area.
Got you in that good
Can
old
you hear me?
ATL traffic, y'all.
I know, right?
Look, and
Always, it's always traffic. We're
but it's
actually coming from Savannah.
oh, okay, got you. But you
Yeah,
would
so
think
it's
it's a Sunday though. Like, why y'all have traffic like every freaking day? I ain't
the
gonna
thing
lie.
about it,
The
yeah,
only
it
other
gets
place
a
I
little
like,
tricky.
yeah, there's only one other place besides Atlanta that I like. I hate driving. That's Houston. Houston got y'all beat. When I say they can't
Really?
drive, you man, listen. When I say that, imagine this: they already have 8-lane freeways, and they stay jam packed all day. So you know how y'all traffic is stop and go. At least it's just certain parts, right? No, everything from I-70, I mean from the I-10 to the Katy Freeway, like it stays just jam-packed. It never moves. And then on top of that, nobody can drive. They all drive 20 miles an hour. If whether it's 30, whether it's 40, 75, they driving 20 miles an hour. Like if it's almost like everybody in Houston is on leave. Mexicans, blacks, whites, Asians.
Everybody. Ain't nobody in a
Everybody.
hurry.
Y'all, yeah, that's a real thing. Y'all really move slow in Texas.
I can definitely. I thought you was gonna say California.
No, well, see, I mean, Cali's traffic is bad too, but see, Cali's traffic is predictable, right? You know when it's gonna be bad. Early morning, lunch hour, like you know what I'm saying? Like it's predicted times. Texas, like for instance, in
Oh,
Atlanta,
it's like the old Atlanta traffic.
yeah, it's just every day, all day. So, like for instance, in Atlanta, okay, if I leave at 10 a.m., I can get from East Point to, Lithonia in this amount of time, right? You know that because you know what traffic gonna look like, you know which the ins and outs. In Houston, like there's none of that. You see what I'm saying? It's not like there's a earlier time to go or later. It's always like that. So you just got to take your chances and just go when you need to go.
It's like that here too. Atlanta is an
Oh,
hour
is it?
away from Atlanta. Like how does that even work? Where you from, Bob?
Ah,
Where
that's funny.
where you
Uh,
from?
So yeah, so I'm originally from Denver, Denver native, born and raised. But I spent a lot of time in Jackson, Mississippi. My family is originally from Hines County, Jackson, Mississippi. So my mother wanted me to have some culture, and so every summer from the age of 2, probably to the age of 17, 18, I was sent to Jackson for 3, 4 months just to be around my grandmother, my uncles, cousins, and all of them, and actually have culture. Denver is more on the predominantly Caucasian side, and so not a lot of culture here, not a lot of diversity, and so she wanted me to have what she had growing up, what her brothers and sisters had, right? And so me and my younger brother were the last from this generation to be sent south and get that good old grandma teaching, loving, discipline, right? Grandfather loving, discipline, and all that good stuff. And so I call myself having the best of both worlds when it comes to the regard of how I was up brought. So, plus my mother was African, so that adds a third diaspora to everything.
Oh, okay, okay. I didn't. I don't know. I know wherever you was from began with a D.
Hmm.
So that's why I was like, and it was when I
Good
remember
old
when you
Denver,
was telling us where you
home
was
of the
from.
Denver
I was
Nugget
like, well, I
champions.
didn't,
Just so everybody sees, we coming
that's
for that
right.
championship. We coming for the second championship. We need number 2, but yeah, man, home of the home. We call it the Lions
That's
Den.
right.
That's the line behind us. But yeah, Denver, Colorado. I know a lot of people like Denver. I thought all they did is ski out there, right? No, there are some black people out here with talent.
What you say? Oh yeah, it's live in the action. So what y'all doing today to celebrate this release of the warm up?
Honestly, for me, I've been ripping and running so much. As you can see, I'm in my night gear, sexy night gear. I'm cool. I'm cooling for the day. It's Sunday. I'll probably catch a basketball game. For me, we had a listening party lined up, and that kind of fell through. No harm, no
Oh
foul.
dang.
Yeah, I'm a little bummed about that, but I have to take some accountability in that and the way it was planned and the way it went. And so nonetheless, I'm cooling for the day. I'm going to allow the team to do their job. Let OG Mail and all those fine folks push and promote, and I'm gonna sit back and just relax. I got my good wine, and as you see, my vibrational therapy in the form of smoke.
Right, right.
And so I'm just cooling out today. Thank God that we accomplished another project. And just pray that it has the
And
impact that it's supposed to.
what number project is this for you?
So this is number 3. Well, album wise, this is number 2. Project is number 4. So I have 2 mixtapes out: Northside Switzerland 1 and 2, and then I have Welcome to Borderline Personality Disorder album I dropped last year, and then this album, The Warm Up. So I have so much music, as we talked before. The catalog is crazy, but it's all about being strategic and how you drop it. So
So
just excited.
with this, can you see the difference between the one that you dropped the borderline personality one and the warm
In this
up?
new
Like
project.
what's the difference? Like what is the biggest difference you can see?
Yes, ma'am. Biggest difference. Well, it's a couple things. One, growth for sure. In my disorder, borderline personality disorder was the genesis of me understanding. Okay, I've been diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. This is what I've had all of these years. All right, how do we attack this? What's
Right.
the proper treatment? Because unlike the other disorders, schizophrenia, that fall under personality disorders, this one doesn't have medication for it. And so,
Oh,
it's
okay.
yeah, it doesn't, depression, bipolar. So it falls under depression, bipolar, anxiety, but all of those have medications. But borderline personality doesn't. And so it takes a little bit more therapy, dialectical behavior training, different things of that nature. And so on that project, you get a lot more rawness. I even think you get a lot more aggression, a lot more frustration, anger, a little more pain on that record, just because I understand what it is now, but damn, why did it have to take so long? And moreover, damn, how come I can't be normal like everyone else, right? And then so now with this project, it's a year or two later, you see the growth of therapy, you see the growth of, self-care and taking care of myself and actually feeding into, yes, this is a real diagnosis. You just ain't a hood nigga that's, tripping like they want to say, oh, go smoke something. We all got something going on. Like you really have a diagnosis. And so I put in the work, which now allows me to, I probably say, for the first time in a long time, I've been in a happy space. Just with the decisions that I make in life. I think a lot of times we don't realize we're not happy because we go through life and we living and we're doing stuff and we on autopilot. And it's not until we sit back and we say, well, I'm really not happy. I'm happy with the life circumstances in the moment, but me as a person, internally, externally, when I'm alone, I ain't fucking happy, right? And so
Right.
I think that's what you'll see the difference in these projects. You'll listen to Welcome and then you'll listen to the warm up and see, okay, I could feel and sense like the growth, and he's in a better space now than he was before, if that kind of makes sense. So
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. But I would like for you to speak on how you actually got the diagnosis. I know that it was actually done through through therapists and things of that nature. But what was it? What were some of the signs that made you even want to go that far to see what was going on? Like what was
yes,
really
ma'am.
going on with you?
Yes, ma'am, most definitely. Like I said, since I was a kid, I've always known something was wrong with me. Meaning, how is it I could go to the bathroom and be totally fine and then take a pee and come out. Now I'm upset. Nothing happened. Nobody else, in like literally nothing happened between that time span. Yet now I want to cry. Then it goes from that to an hour later, a different emotion. And maybe 20 minutes later, a different emotion. And so it was always just, something that was there. And then being a project kid, you just told that that's a part of you. And so as I got older, though, those thoughts went from self-harm to harming, just harming in general, meaning
Okay.
being in traffic and road rage, being around other people that caused me a slight, and it went from me no longer wanting to cuss them out, but now I want to physically cause you some harm. And so
Right.
that's what made me start saying to myself, okay, this ain't good. Let me see about talking to someone. And so I swallowed my pride as a black man and went to my local hospital. I didn't know where to go. And so
Okay.
ultimately I just went to the hospital, urgent care, and I said, hey, I'm having mental situations going on. I don't know who to talk to. And so then that's when they plugged me into the proper mental health people to then get diagnosed. But I tell people, there's no shame in my game. I'm transparent. I had to go on a 72-hour hold in a hospital. I had to be evaluated and all of that good stuff. Because again, I was at the brink of breaking. And
Right.
so um for anybody that's listening that will watch it, I need you guys to understand when you get to that point of the breaking point, that's when you ask for the help. That's not when you feed into it, but that's when you ask for the help, because that right there really is a cry, because something internally is telling you that it's not right. Because if you really want to do it, you would do it. There wouldn't be no wondering, when to be thinking. You would just take yourself out of here. And so that's what lets me know that it's the disorder playing the mind games. And so once I did that, I went and after the 72-hour hold, they actually said, okay, well, he's not a suicide threat, so they let me go home. Then after that was referred to a psychiatrist. I mean, a psychiatrist. I think that is how you say it, psychiatrist. Forgive me. Psychologist, and we went to the meat and potatoes of how to be diagnosed. And so, black box, PHQ-9 questionnaire, which a lot of times we as black people, or just people in general, don't answer correctly, right? So
Right.
for the first time, I answered it correctly. Yes, I've had these thoughts. Yes, I feel this way. And ultimately, after a month of evaluation, they diagnosed me with borderline personality disorder. It was between bipolar and borderline, and they had to do their due diligence. But that's what ultimately got me diagnosed. Here's the crazy thing: it didn't cost me anything. And I think that's
Really.
the other thing for us as black people we have to know. It didn't cost me anything. I think there's this stigma that I can't get help because I can't afford it.
because
I
I can't
didn't pay
afford
a
it,
dime for
right?
anything. And still to this day, I've only paid for my co-payments for therapy and for dialectical, training. And I'm a consultant, by trade. And so I don't have, the PTO and all that good stuff, insurance that comes in. And so, but I was able to still be going on year 4 now, or I'm able to, excuse me, going on year 4 now, say that I haven't missed any therapy due to financial constraints. And so that speaks volumes. And that's another reason why
Absolutely.
I'm
And
like,
it's
once I found
encouraging.
that out. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, it's very encouraging for us to know that it didn't cost you anything. And the main reason is because, like you said, most people think that it is associated with a fee.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
if it's gonna help you live a better quality of life, I don't think any of it is too much to pay, to be honest with you.
I agree. I agree. And a lot of our home issues and things we dealing with right now, um, it's because of our mental disorders.
Absolutely.
And I tell
Absolutely.
people, just because you haven't been diagnosed, depression is a disorder, people. Anxiety, anything that's causing your physical to have a reaction, that's a disorder. Whether
That's
you've
all
been
right.
clinically diagnosed or not. And so us as human beings we have to. Otherwise, your avatar is going to expire before the purpose. And then it comes reincarnation and you got to do the shit all over again. But that's a whole different story, a whole different show.
Right. When are you coming back to Atlanta?
I actually will be back in Atlanta either next weekend or the weekend after. I got a promo run, some other venues to hit. I definitely need to come and see my favorite lady, Miss Mix-a-Lot. You did what I'm saying, and all of the other misfits when I get there. But yeah, I'll be there in a couple weeks, and I plan on staying for a couple weeks because we got a lot of movement to do.
Okay.
Tour coming up at the end of June. End of June, end of July. We still trying to decide which month fits better for the team, but we are going on tour at the end of June, end of July. And so yeah, just revving up, got some sync licensing stuff coming up. So you're gonna be hearing some stuff from your favorite shows that you watch on the Stars and HBO. You'll hear a lot of box songs and those coming up this summer. And so
Oh, that's what's
we're
up.
just working. We're just working.
So when you come, make sure you send us the itinerary so we can see what we can support you.
Oh,
Because
yes,
you'll be
ma'am.
performing, right?
Yes, I'll be performing. I do know we have one locked in right now. I will make sure that you guys have access to that. It's gonna be a private performance. But most of it's going to be promo run. So Purple Turtle. I'm gonna pull up on you guys again with some more gifts. Not
Okay.
necessarily just around the album, but just whatever y'all kicking for the day. I'm just gonna pull up as a extra co-host, if I can, and just vibe out with y'all. But yeah, off the porch, Purple Turtle, just pretty much just do a whole media run. We got coming up just to support the album and bring awareness to just good music, man. Good music, good people, good humans. Let's get back to the real shit. All this sticking and sliding and stuff is crazy. I'm
Right,
loving what
right,
Drake
right.
and Kendrick is doing right now. Like that's what we need.
That's right, because people can say what they want to say, but ain't nothing like music to make you feel good.
Yes, yeah.
So
Yes.
so I'm definitely with it, man. It's been good speaking with you today. I look forward to everybody download the warm up.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm impressed. I enjoy. I think
I
more
appreciate it.
people will too.
I appreciate
All
that. That's
right.
love.
Well, I
Especially
shall
again,
talk to
especially
you
coming from you.
later.
I tell you all the time, especially coming from you. You know what I'm saying? I know you know, but I don't know if you know how influential you are. Just, and so I always appreciate, those that pioneered, what we continue try to do, speaking on it, honestly, right? Giving the honest opinion. Because you'll tell me if it was trash in a heartbeat. So I definitely appreciate
Oh yeah.
that you
Look,
love
let
it.
me tell you something. I appreciate good music, so I'm gonna make sure you know that I like it. I told you the last time because I've been waiting because we played like 2 songs the last time,
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
interview, and I'm like, no, we played 3, and they were
3 of
all
them.
3 different genres, and we was all like, what the world? So that's impressive.
Yes, ma'am. Well, I like I said, I appreciate you guys allowing me space on y'all platform, time and energy. So, it's never lost on me at all. I appreciate it for sure.
Absolutely. Before we leave, can you tell us where we can actually get your new album from, which is the
Yes.
warm up? Where can we find it?
Yes, yes, yes. You can find the warm up on all of your streaming platforms. So that's going to be Tidal, that's going to be Spotify, that's going to be iTunes, Amazon, TikTok, Instagram, wherever you stream or listen to your music at, it is available. First single, Manish, is out, all platforms. The video is out as well. Fellas, you can check it out, but it's more so for the ladies. Yeah, Manish video is out.
Definitely for the ladies.
Definitely for the ladies. We are working on a few remixes to that.
Oh,
I don't.
really?
Yeah, a couple. Two. I think is gonna shock a lot of people. And so yeah, just kind of. I don't want. I want to say it, but then I don't want to say it because you know how that type of stuff goes.
I understand. I understand. We'll wait for it.
Yeah. But it's put it this way. One is from this generation's favorites, and one is from our generation's favorite. But both of them are
Okay.
still one is actually about to go on tour, and one is actually just came off tour. And so just waiting for paperwork. Once paperwork is good, then we can speak about it and all that. I don't want to jinx nothing. So but yeah, that's where you can get the record. I hope you guys
Right.
love it. Run it up, share it with this one you can share with your mama, your auntie, your grandma.
Right.
Like, you can share with your whole family. This ain't the one you got to hide from grandma when she get in the car. You got to turn it down. You can let this one ride. So I appreciate
That's
you.
right.